Good morning, my friends. We are doing a story today called Chipmunk at Hollow Tree Lane. The author was Victoria Sharrow, and all the beautiful pictures were drawn by Alan Davis. Let's start. One October morning, sunshine lights up the big backyard behind the blue house on Hollow Tree Lane. Under the shadow of a maple tree sat a little chipmunk. He peeps out of the hole of her underground burrow, which means home. At the yard's edge, the air feels chilly because winter is coming. But Chipmunk climbs out of her little burrow. It is time to get to work. She scampers through crisp golden leaves scattered over the yard. In the summer, there were many strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries to eat. Chipmunks stored some of their seeds for the long winter ahead. Now all these juicy berries are gone. Suddenly, Chipmunk comes upon a bush with some small, dark red berries left on it. Chippy, chip, 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 chip. She trills with excitement. These are viburnum berries with delicious seeds that can be saved for winter meals. Chipmunk must hurry. The birds in the yard, they like these berries too. Her little jaws munch away on the berries, chewing faster and faster. She drops the berry peels onto the ground. Only the seeds will keep all winter long. Chipmunk stuffs the seeds inside her striped cheeks, where they are safely carried in special little pouches. Her cheeks stretch like big balloons as she adds more seeds. Fill up your cheeks with air and pretend you're a chipmunk. Let's do it now. Can you imagine going around like that, like a little chipmunk? Finding no more berries, Chipmunk runs back to her little burrow. She scurries down the tunnel, and in her burrow is a fluffy nest of dried grass and leaves. Buried underneath the nest in a secret hiding place are other seeds and nuts that Chipmunk has been gathering all summer and fall. And now we are in the season of fall. With her front paws, Chipmunk pushes aside the leaves and grass that cover the stored food. She quickly empties her cheek and her little pouches and adds these to new seeds to the others. Then she climbs back outside to look for more food. She stops near the woods on the other side of the yard. There she spies acorns among the fallen leaves under an oak tree. Remember, oak trees are the ones that produce your acorn nuts. Just as Chipmunk reaches for a nut, she hears a loud squawk above her. Chipmunk darts under the edge of a big rock, safe from danger. A cold wind ripples through the tree branches as she waits. Chipmunk peers out from beneath the rock. Caw, caw! A big black crow lands on the dry leaves. He pecks at the ground, looking for food. After the crow flies away, Chipmunk scrambles back into the open to gather more acorns. She reaches for one nut, then another, until she has crammed 3 acorns inside each cheek. Oh my goodness. She races back to her burrow to hide these nuts. Within minutes, she climbs back out again. There are more nuts to gather, and winter will soon be here. Under the oak tree, Chipmunk fills her cheek pouches once again. As she works, another chipmunk scurries towards the tree. Let's see what happens if Chipmunk likes another chipmunk. Chipmunk hops up onto a rock and looks fierce. Chip, 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 she shouts as her tail thumps up and down. This is a warning to the stranger to go away. Sitting up on his hind legs, the other chipmunk listens, then turns and runs into the woods. Does not want to argue. Tomorrow she will leave her little burrow again. She will find no more seeds or nuts to gather. As the days turn frosty and the earth hardens, Chipmunk stays in her little burrow on her soft, cozy nest, safe from the December snow and winds. Her thick winter coat gives her warmth. Chipmunk spends most of the winter sleeping. From time to time, she will awaken to munch on the food buried under her nest. Snug in her burrow, Chipmunk will wait for the warm spring sunshine. With it will come fresh green plants, tree buds, and other things good to eat. In the backyard of the blue house on Hollow Tree Lane. The end. Well, children, that is our story, but Miss Faye has a surprise for you today. We have a special guest to come to us today to tell us a story about his special experience with a little chipmunk. And his name is Mr. Mark. He's Miss Faye's husband. And I want you all to give him a big hand. Mr. Mark, would you come in, please? Slide your chair over.
Hello. Hi.
You can take your mask off now, Mr. Mark. We live in the same house, so we check each other's temperature every day to make sure we are healthy.
I have a chipmunk story. It doesn't have a good ending. It does for the chipmunk, not for me. When I was a young boy, I lived in Pennsylvania. And it was cool up there. It was fall. And my friend Teddy and I were out playing in the yard. We saw this chipmunk and chased it. The chipmunk ran to an old wood pile my father had, and he ran in this hollow inside a porch post. And the hollow was like this, went all the way through the post. You bend down, you could see the chipmunk in there. Well, being energetic young men, we decided we could catch this chipmunk and put him in a cage and keep him as a pet. So we figured we had to get him out of there and we had to have something to catch him. So we figured one of us, and that ended up being Teddy, would get on one end of the post and block that end and rattle the post and drive the chipmunk out the other end, where I would catch him in my hat.
Brand new.
The problem is, this hat was just given to me by my mother. She had just bought it. So that was our plan, and he got over there, and I put my hat in the other end, and he rattled the post, and boom, out come the chipmunk. Rattling around, oh, we got him, we got him, we got him, you know, and all of a sudden, the hat quit jumping, and we saw the chipmunk running. I said, how do you get out of your hat? And I held my hat up. I said, oh no, he chewed a hole in my hat. Now I gotta tell my mother that the new hat is ruined. So I did learn one lesson from that.
What was that, Mr. Mark?
Don't mess with chipmunks. The chipmunk had a happy ending, and my mother was less than pleased.
Yay! Everybody, yay! Mr. Mark, you said you were a young man, but how old were you when this happened to you?
Probably 8 or 9.
Yeah, so see, when you're 8 or 9, you're not always the smartest in the whole world, are you?
No, and sometimes you don't get much smarter as you get older. So.
Oh, my
No.
friends, Mr.
I
Mark,
enjoyed this.
thank you very much for coming and telling your story. That was really
Thank you.
funny.
And it is true.
So now, children, Mr. Mark, would you like to join us in heartfelt wishes to our friends?
Sure.
We cross our arms like this, and we say, we are sending our heartfelt wishes out to our friends to stay safe, healthy, and happy. We love you.